Lee. So author K for Krystal Lee, Lee. I'm excited to be here. I believe today is going to be amazing, only because it's usually that way. So if you are new to my channel, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tapping in, liking, following, and sharing as you do. I appreciate you. Also, for those of you who are new to my live, I definitely, Vince, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Welcome. I see you in the Rose Club. Got to celebrate you. Yes, so today I'm going to spin the beloved wheel. Yesterday we landed on new beginnings. If you want to check out the replay, I will be posting highlights. You can check me out as author KLEE on all platforms. When you do look me up, you can find my videos on other platforms that stay up beyond the lives. So if you want to check that out, I know on TikTok the lives go away, certain platforms they go away, but others they don't. So definitely check out the lives, and I will be posting highlights from yesterday's conversation for new beginnings. It was amazing, y'all. So thank y'all. We did, I think, 20,000 hearts yesterday. So congratulations to my peoples. Thanks for coming through and just spending that time with me. I thank you. Joshina, hi, baby. You're already just stepping in, and I appreciate the hearts, love. Okay, so I want to let y'all know this is what we do. So when you're in the room, if you love what you're hearing, lift up the hearts, let people know we're in the room having a good time. And of course, I'm going to celebrate y'all as you do. Good morning, beautiful. And I'm going to share, of course, some great content. So if you love that, you can also order the books. I'm going to be putting up the pins as I'm talking about them. So do me a favor, get your signed copies. Okay, I'm going to sign them. I know for some of you, you're going other places to grab the books, and that's fine too. I am K.Lee everywhere. But when you get them right here on my shop, you will get signed copies by me and you'll get the books in a few days. Okay. So bonus on bonus. All right. So here we go. I say, Lord, what are we talking about today? Because I don't know. When you have so many books, you're always curious about what's going to be today. And you know what I'm going to do? Just to make sure I don't get the same ones again, I'm going to erase the other ones. And as we go through the board, we're going to start eliminating, right? Okay, so we did new beginnings yesterday. Today, it looks like it's on writing tips. So that's what I'm going to be sharing today. But I'm going to also talk about stories that I've written and things that I want you to be able to know about your story. Okay. So this isn't just a grammar class. I don't teach those, although I have college level and, just kicking it, coaching, coaching other authors, writers. I do that as well. But today we got to put some sauce on it because we're on live. We ain't going to just teach you grammar. It's kind of could be boring for those of us that are not syntactical variety people. So I'm going to change that up. I did talk about relationships already. I did that recently. I did that actually Saturday, I did that Monday. Okay, so this was my Monday one. And yesterday was Tuesday. Lord, this week is going. Okay, so we're getting there. I'm so excited, y'all. Ain't y'all excited to see the wheel start erasing? I want to let y'all know if you are trying to do something with your life and you want to stay on target, what you want to do is you want to write down just like this. Write down your goals. If you don't know where to start, make it fun, make it entertaining. Some things we have to do bores us to life, bores us into frustration, bores us to the point where we don't want to look at it. We put it under something, we bury it, we forget we ever committed to it, put it on a plan. But I want to encourage you, if you can make it make sense, it's going to help you. If you can put it in a way where you can digest it and not feel like a burden, like this is a burden to me and I don't want to do it, then it will make you want to do it. Like this wheel makes me want to come and spend it because I get to see what I'm erasing. Some of you are not looking at your progress. So you're like, oh, I don't want to write that book no more. I don't want to, I don't want to write my story. I don't want to retell something again. I don't want to hear your story again. Why? Because I heard it before. But I want to encourage you. Today is a new day. Like we talked about yesterday, new beginnings. So your new beginning, your new day could change today and make today better than yesterday. Yes. So writing is not the end of the world. I tell people writing is therapy. Okay. Whether you write to publish it, you don't have to. If you just journal to show yourself where you're at each day, I bet you if you look at yourself in 45 days, you'll notice patterns. For some of us, we don't know what chains to break because we don't know what's broken. Okay. I dare you to write your truth. Write it down. Write it in a journal. Write it to publish. Write it. It doesn't matter. Okay. We call that free writing in the writing world. Okay. So I want you to free write something. Do a journal entry today. And I want you to be honest. I want you to look at what you want, what you desire, what could have happened, what should have happened, and what you're doing to make something happen. Why am I asking you to do this? Because I want you to be real clear. You can't change what already has been. Okay. So we need to put that there and understand, okay, today we're going to bury this. And I don't mean bury it. I mean, today we realize it's finished. Okay. Some of us, we need to realize that. But then we're going to do something really cool with what has already happened. We're going to look at it and say, what can I learn from this? I want you to write down what is in your past, but then I want you to do a drop. I call it a drop down. When I teach people how to do writing their books and stuff, or as a publisher and all that, because I do that, y'all. If y'all need help, let me know. Okay. My company is KLE Publishing. Just look it up. You'll find me. And when you do, definitely I can show you how I do this. So, right, you start with a main point. Okay. So I'm gonna use the board since I got spaces. Okay. So you start with your main point, right? Main. And then you have what you call supporting points. Okay. So then you're going to come up with the support. I got another screen now, but it's over there and I'm not moving everything. Okay. So here's your main, and then you're going to come up with your support. So what I want you to do, I want you to come up with 5 main ideas. We call them main ideas too. Okay. So 5 main ideas. What is something that happened, or even you can expand this, but I'm for the sake of the exercise, we only going to do 5. Okay. Something that's in your past that honestly has impacted you, something that should have impacted you, something you wish would impact you, something you hope, and something you're working towards to make work for you. Okay. If any of those 5 things are something that you have not done or you need to do, I want to encourage you to do that. Okay. I want to share this on the screen just for those of us. Sometimes, if we don't have something tangible to help us stay consistent on our growth journey, we tend not to work on it. So if that's you today, I know it has been me in my past. Having a journal or having something that's physical, what I'm sharing now is $10, but the best part about this is it's going to come with a mini journal. It's going to come with a special message from me to you. It's going to come with an inspirational pen, of course, but it's really going to be a place where you can jot down the things you're going to pick up in my lives. Okay, so this helps you to know, how many times have I checked in with Kaylee? How many times have I seen what she's working on? Because let me tell you, in case you don't know, I'm an ordained chaplain, ordained minister, and a certified international transformational coach. But I do the coachings and the mentoring. I do a lot of it through my lives. So if you want to learn from me, if you want to learn how to do some things, grab the notebook, add it to your cart, check out during the live. It'll come to you in a few days. It'll come with some other bells and whistles. Trust me, I'm good at giving out bonuses. And it will help you to honestly start seeing yourself moving forward. Sometimes thinking ourselves forward isn't always enough. Sometimes we have to physically do something that engages us, that makes us say, okay, I'm in this now. Okay. It's like we hear stuff like skin in the game and stuff like that. And sometimes we get it and many times we don't. And so I want to encourage you, if it takes something physical, go ahead and take advantage of that pen. You can add it to your cart, save it, but get it when you can. Okay. Also, if you want to support the live and you don't read books, I know people say, well, Krystal, I don't really read books. Then you can grab something like this, give it to someone else who needs to honestly journal to process where they are, where they're thinking, and what they're working towards. Okay. Sometimes we don't see what we don't see. All right. So I want to encourage you with that. All right. Some of you are in the live. I want to say thank you for being here. Loving compassion. Hi, Roger. Good to see you. Youngest in charge. What's up? Dorita, how you doing, love? Nadine, thank you so much for following. Got to shout you out, lovely. Okay. And I want to let y'all know, Justin Owens, I see you. King, I see you as well. And Shirney, thank you so much for being in the live. I appreciate y'all. Okay. All right. So yeah, so that's how you essentially want to start telling your story and easing into things. Is you want to look at the main points, and then you want to look at the things that what can be crossed or learned from it, or the supporting ideas. How did I get there? Because you don't want to sometimes go back to where you was. And sometimes we do. We need to redo what we were doing before that was working. How would you know what's working unless you pull out those main ideas? And I encourage you, the more you can reflect, right, on what you've accomplished and what you have done, the more you're going to realize you're not where you used to be. Okay. For some of us, we feel like life is a lot the same, but a lot of us don't realize how much has changed. because everything that has changed may not always be everything we want. Okay. So I want to encourage you. That doesn't mean it's over. In fact, it means it really is far from being over. Okay. Now I know today we said we were going to focus on writing. So I want to make sure you can put this in the chat too. If you are a writer, tell me what genre you're currently writing. And I would love to share one of the books I have written in that genre. One of the ones I really love, I love, of course, self help. I love doing fiction novels. I love doing journals. I love doing the Write Anything Easily guides and the business guides because it helps teach people something. I love doing the Embrace Your Crown series because it's all about embracing who you are, where you are, and where you're wanting to go. It's an incredible, honestly, uplifting series. If you felt stuck, it's one of the things that will break you free. And if you're journaling, it will compile and do more. And Joshina, baby, I do see you. Thank you so much for looking at product number one. If you have any questions about any of the books, just request me to talk about them, and I'll mention them too. Okay. Um, let's see. One of the things, let me see what I can do too, because I like to give y'all some kind of word for the day. I know I got two devotionals, and we had a whole lot of fun with Bless the Work of My Hands yesterday. But I want to make sure too that I'm giving you guys a varied version of my collection. So this one is called Look for the Drip and Expect the Outpour. And the reason why I guess I'm sharing this one too is because it's all about writing your story. This is one of my biographies or books that are inspired by my personal life or my real life. And I want to share it because I believe it can help many of us see our story in the story. Okay. For some of us, we're looking for the final result. And I'm just pinning the book in case you want to grab it so you'll know how to find it. Um, for some of us, we're looking for the end before we even begin. For some of us, we're hard on ourselves or we're really easy on other people and we don't have the boundaries to really substantiate what we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to do and become. And so I want to encourage you in this book here, how I basically can help you tell your story and encase it in a main idea. That's how I'll explain it. All right. So this book here, let me turn this off because I know this people start blowing me up after a while. Hold on. Let me put that on mute. Okay. Now, one thing I want to do is I could get, you know what? Let's go old school today. I love my Bible. How many of y'all got physical Bibles in 2026? If you got a physical Bible, throw up a heart. Love yourself today. I'm telling you, it's still something that happens when you have a physical word in your hand, and I love it. Two, it helps you to know placement of things because sometimes we can get lost in the sauce when we don't use it enough. So I'm going to do that today. Okay. So you'll see me with this is one of my Bibles, y'all. I love Bibles. I probably invest a ton in Bibles, but I can't say I ever regretted it. So it was to me always going to be a good purchase. All right. So here we go. So in this book right here, one of the things I want to let you know when you're writing your story or you're telling your truth or you're journaling, I want you to know you don't have to write the whole story. How many of you know that? I mean, for some of us, we get stuck on writing our story because we think we have to go from start to finish, beginning to end, tell all the ins and outs and all that. No, you don't. Okay. And writing your book and telling your story, you don't have to tell the whole story. You don't even have to tell um, the elements that honestly you would like to keep private. It may be in your best interest too, and the interest of others. Okay. When you're writing your story, it's important for you to consider, why am I writing my story? What am I wanting to get out of this? Who am I wanting to impact with what I'm sharing? And then am I helping them to get what I would like for them to get out of the reading? Okay. Do I want them to get delivered? Do I want them to know that they can do it? Do I want them to see themselves in my world or in my story so that they can see my story is their story and ultimately they're not alone? Okay. Some people may want you to read their books and feel loved or feel inspired or motivated, encouraged, in all these other ways. So you want to think about these things as you're writing and journaling. If you want to get it published, okay, and turn it into a book. If not, I still encourage you to write and tell your story, even so you can go back and reread it later. Okay. So here we go. So here's a little bit about this book. This book is called Look for the Drip and Expect the Outpour. And it is dedicated to people who honestly feel like their lives can be in a drought season. You could feel like, oh my goodness, how much hail is going to fall down on my life or my roof today. Hey there. Hi, Miss Holy. Thank you so much for being on live and for following me, love. Oh, Big, thank you so very much for following me. I do see you. I want to shout you out. Lucille, how you doing? Welcome to the live, lovey. Okay. And so when we feel like this, thank you so much for the roses. I appreciate you. So we can feel like, okay, Lord, what's going on? Okay, these rocks ain't a game. Y'all know when hail comes down to tear up your windshields, your roofs and stuff. Yes, for some of us, we feel like we're getting knocked out by the cares of this life, and it's very painful. Okay. And when we're going through these moments, we can question if we're on the right track. Let me tell you that when it rains, it's not always the end of the world. It's not always a sad day because you're in the rain. Rain brings forth really good things. Okay. What does rain bring? Rain purifies the air, meaning the room you're breathing, the air we live in, the walk we have to do in the atmosphere. Rain purges it for us. So it's cleaning, it's a filter. Okay, for our breathing, our air, our world. All right. And I want to let you know when it's raining, not the end of the world. It's actually signs of a new beginning because everything around you, what needs water? Plants do, trees do. You know what I'm saying? Things will burn up without the rain. The rain replenishes the ocean and large bodies of water. So this is the natural. Okay. So I want to let you know the word says it rains on the just and the unjust. So just because it's raining on you today or a situation doesn't mean it's over. Okay. That's why I picked the cover. As y'all can see, it's rain in the cover. It's raining. And as y'all can see, it's not a sad, miserable day. I know for some of us, we run from the rain because it can what impact our hairstyles. Humidity is not our friend sometimes. So we're like, oh no, I got to run from this. But I want to tell you, some of you are running from the very thing that is being sent to inspire, to encourage, and to change your life situations. Okay. For some of us, until we get a mist, until we get something that hits us in the face, we're going to miss what the Father really wants for us. Okay. Big, thank you so much for looking at the book. I see you and I appreciate you. Okay. So I want to let you know. Here we go. We're going to take y'all through this because I want to show y'all. When I was going through some things, some of y'all need to know it's going to rain. Okay. It's going to rain. There are people praying for the rain. Why are they praying for the rain? Because they know they're in a drought, because they know the stuff around them ain't growing and it won't grow without what? Rain. It needs it. Some of you are planting new businesses. Some of you are planting new relationships. Some of you are planting new atmospheres, behaviors, and all kinds of things. You want the rain. It's the other people that are saying, oh, no, don't let it rain. We need sunny days. How many of you know too much sun will burn up all your fun? Okay. Sometimes you need to be inside. Sometimes you need to work in silence. Okay. And not have everybody know what you're doing until you what come out the next day. And they're like, oh, that's what you was working on. Yeah, that's what I was working on. Some people may think you're wasting your time because you're building. And I want to let you know you're not building. You just need to know what's going to rain. And just like Noah, when he knew it was going to rain, what was Noah doing? He was building an ark that people thought he was crazy to build. Some people are going to think you're crazy. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Here's the book. Okay. Look for the drip and expect the outpour. Okay. So look for the drip and expect the outpour is the name of the book, and it is the concept of the book. Okay. I want us to picture ourselves. Can you imagine what life looked like on the ark when you were completely surrounded by nothing but water? It can be very intimidating. It can be very scary. For some of us, we may panic and think we're going to drown, even though we're on solid ground. Okay. No one know we're on solid ground, but it doesn't mean the boat won't rock. It doesn't mean that the storm won't be on the water. It doesn't mean that we might not face some challenging things. It doesn't mean that water won't hit us. Okay. I know for my son, he gets real nervous when water hits him. It's like he freaks out sometimes. Now he doesn't do that no more, but it took him time. Thanks, Big. Big, I see you. It took him time to get there, though. And for some of you, it's going to take you time. But you got to know that what? Water's coming. And I know my tomorrow is coming. And that's what I had to believe in. I'm going to show you how I built, a a six figure business, but it's not even about the six figures. What it is about is that we all start in similar places. We all start in places where we're like, Lord, am I going to make it? Lord, can I lean on you to pay a bill? Can I lean on you for more? Or am I really just going to treat you like an aftermath? When everything goes down, I'm like, let me call on Jesus. Peter was doing fine when he was what? Keeping his eyes on the Messiah. He only started sinking when he started looking at his surroundings and allowing that to be more intimidating, to speak louder, to be more impactful than the word and the message of Christ. Okay. Some of you need to know you need to change what you are putting your priorities on, because that's what's going to break forth your progress. Okay. So remember, I say look for the drip. You looking for it. You're looking for, okay, Lord, where's my purpose at? Hey, Jerry, thank you so very much for being on. I see you. We're looking for, okay, Father, where am I now? Okay. I know where I was, but Lord, that ain't really work out. Okay. I need a life change. Okay. So you're looking for where the drip is, because the drip is going to show you where what more water's at. Okay. When animals are looking for water so that they can survive, they look for wherever there is dampness, wherever there is mist. Okay, whatever direction is coming from, you're going to pursue that, because you know there's more wherever this what came from. Okay, so wherever you're getting out of this little snippet, I'm gonna let you know the book is where everything is at. Okay, I'm gonna give you as much as I can give you, but if you want the whole sauce, okay, if you want the whole dinner, all right, and not an appetizer, you want to grab the book. You want to add it to your cart. You want to check out. This is my book. So I know it. Okay. I wrote it. I don't use AI to write my books, y'all. So the same way I'm flowing right now is the way the book flows. It's very consistent. That's one of the things I tell you too as writers. Be consistent, because you're building your brand. You're building your voice. You're building your connections. And if you connect with me, you don't want to get this. I don't want to disappoint you when you open a book and you're like, she got a natural way of talking. Why does it feel like I'm listening to a computer? Because it probably is for some people. Okay. I want to encourage you. You can be yourself and write with your personality and it not deter readers. In fact, it will do the opposite. It will make people closer to you, because they feel like what they're connecting with you in both ways, lives and in your books and in your products, your services, or if however far it extends. But consistency, of course, is the key to building a brand, to building a business, to building readership, to building whatever you want to build. Okay. And I'm going to show you, right? Consistent rainfall is what happens as it gets heavier. Okay. So as you want to, the deep calls out to the deep. So if you want to go into the deep, you're going to have to be able to walk in it. Okay. Which means, yes, you're going to put your toe in first. But how many of you know you ain't going to start swimming in no shallow waters? You're going to have to go deeper. You're going to have to invest more of your time, more of your energy. If you really want to change your life, you're going to have to do more of what's working. I know it sounds simple, right? You might be saying, Krystal, that sounds too simple. Well, I don't know if that's true. I'm telling you, if you really want to change your life, you're going to have to look for the drip, but then you're going to have to expect the outpour, because it's got to become more abundant. It's got to come more consistent. If you want to change your spiritual life, you may start with tiptoeing through prayer, and next thing you know, you pray without ceasing. The Bible says pray without ceasing, but for some of us, we haven't even prayed once. So the thought of praying without ceasing sounds foreign. It even sounds unnatural. But when you start doing stuff more and more, what used to be abnormal becomes second nature. Okay. And it's not so much of a struggle. Some of us are struggling so much to do more, to do different, because we have not trained ourselves. The Bible says what? Study to show yourself approved. Okay. It tells us to be what? To have self-control. Some of us are struggling with self-control because we are deterred away from self-control because we are not pleased with humble beginnings. I want to let you know humble beginnings are not an insult. Okay. There are a lot of people that became millionaires, but they had to grow through poverty. There's a lot of people that started with nothing. They went from the bottom to the top. We hear it in songs. We watch it in movies. Hey, how you doing, Alex? Nice to see you, hon. Good to see you back. All right. So I want to encourage you, wherever you're starting from, mentally, socially, spiritually, financially, romantically, know that the Father can change these things. Know that you can actually do something to change it. I know some of us say, well, I can't change it. It just is what it is. If you've been saying that, you've been saying it too long, because guess what? It doesn't have to be that way. You can say it just like you say it is what it is. You could turn around and say it don't have to be that way. Okay. Because it is what it is you stopping. But it don't have to be that way. Is you opening your mind and your heart up for change. Okay. So that's you looking for the drip. It is what it is a start, if you want to say it. Okay. But I'm not going to let it stay that way. It's more powerful than what the first statement is. Okay. It's the but. Okay. How many of you know when people say, yeah, everything is good, but you're like, oh, here we go. Okay. But why not let your but or that clause be something powerful, more better than the first? The Bible says, think on things that are love. We about to go all the way left. I want to let you know It don't have to be that way, right? So if it doesn't have to be that way, what way do you want it? Okay. The songs, how do you want it? And how do you feel? Like there are certain lyrics that are honestly helpful. Okay. Some people have a man, everything is, but I can't, but I don't know, but I don't see, but you haven't done any, you haven't even did a drip. You haven't done a drip of education. You haven't done a drip of practice. You haven't done a drip of activities. You haven't done a drip of consistency. Ain't nobody seen you. You ask for help. And then when people say, okay, I'm going to help you, you don't even show up to the call. Okay. So some people's problem, people will tell you, oh, the reason why I can't advance is because I already got the money. That's not true. That's not true because the internet proves that that's not true. Because people who don't have money can go Google, they can go YouTube, they can go do all kinds. You can TikTok and find videos that are based on what you need. You can do whatever you need if you have what a drip for it. You got to have a passion. The Bible says the faith the size of a mustard seed can cast a mountain into the sea. And it's crazy that most of us don't have that. Because how many of us are moving mountains? How many of you got signs, miracles, and wonders following you the way the word says it should be? And the reason why, if it's not, it's because maybe you haven't tapped into what you don't realize, which is you are more than a conqueror. You can't conquer things in your life. Okay. Not everything has to be Jesus take the wheel. Sometimes the Father is like, I trained you. You're supposed to be a reflection of me. Now go do what I told you. It ain't gonna be Jesus driving. It's gonna be you driving where he put you in and told you now go do what I go do the work. Go do the work. He says what? The work is plentiful, but the laborers are few. There are few people that want to do the work, okay? But it's a lot of people that want the results. It's a lot of people that will just step in and say, thank you, Jesus. And some people won't even say thank you. But they're a recipient of his miracles. They're a recipient of his good news. They're a recipient of his love, but they don't want to reciprocate. Okay. So I want to encourage you, if you are looking for the drip, don't just find the drip and then do nothing about it. Okay. Don't be like, okay, I know this my purpose. And then I see you in a month and I'm like, okay, how's it going? Oh, girl, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but what are you doing? Because it's not enough just to know. It's everything to do. Okay. Yes, I'm a privilege with the tools, but haven't done anything with them, which is why, hold on, let me say, Alex says, which is why I'm thankful. I'm telling you, the Bible says what? The wicked servant was not the one that had one thing. The wicked servant was the one who had one thing and buried it because he didn't understand the value in that one thing. Okay. So I want to encourage you, if you missed that, you have something that the good Lord gave you. The only question is what you gonna do with it. Okay. Because this is what is the great divide. This is the great divide between those who are doing well, whether you're a believer or not. The Bible says his gifts are given without repentance, which means you can use your gift to do good or to do whatever you want, to be selfish in nature or to bless humanity or the kingdom of God. All that is your choice because this is where the drip is. This is where the drought is. This is where things come. This is why we sow into good things. This is why we support people we love and care about because guess what? We want it to reciprocate. Whatever you what sow, you shall also reap. So reaping and sowing is a basic concept. If I'm putting out, support, if I'm putting out good news, hey, James, thank you so much. If I'm doing these things, I know it's coming back to me. And it don't got to come back to me from the person I gave it to. Okay. Some of us are looking for the person who we shared something with to give back to us. And I want to let you know it doesn't always work like that. Okay. I want to also encourage you that I know a lot of people are searching and they're searching because some people have told us we don't have to do anything but trust in God and God does the rest. No, you want to start with that. That's the drip. The drip is I will what? Take him as my Lord and Savior. I'll make him the foundation of my life. But the outpour is me doing what he told me to do. How many of y'all know your parents are in your life to be what? A guide, a beacon, a standard. Okay. But how you interact with them is everything. If you decide not to follow their advice, you're going to what? Going to deal with the consequences. We're going to deal with the repercussions. That's what we've been saying. Okay. So I want to encourage you and your life is the same way. What would you advise me if you don't mind? For what? Let me, for all his tools. In what way, honey? But I haven't done it. If you haven't done anything with what you know is in your hands, whether it's a gift, a talent, a skill. Okay. I want you to write down what you have. A lot of us don't use what we have because we don't recognize it. Have you ever said to yourself, man, I wonder what I'm good at? I ain't good at nothing. I literally have my 16-year-old daughter look me in my face and tell me, Mom, my assignment is to write down, write something that I'm really good at and then write a paper on it, basically. And I said, okay, what's the problem? Well, I don't really know what I'm good at. I'm looking at her like, are you serious? I'm sitting up here with my hair twisted, looking you in the face. You are good at twisting hair. You are good at communicating. You are good at trying to advise and to encourage and to be a big sister when you want to. You were good at, being responsible. You're good at being reliable. These are all good things. But see, we can I don't want to use the word take them for take them for granted, but what we do is we can overlook them. Hey, Luke, thank you so much. We can overlook them and say, Lord, I don't have anything. Why? Because you don't have what you think is valuable, or you don't see what you do that's good, that's your talent. I know for me, talking is a gift. Why? Because I know many other people that don't do it. I know for me, it comes naturally. I know if I was in an audience of 5, 25, 50, 500, 2,500, I'm the same talker. And I know that is a skill. That is a gift. But when you don't get yourself in front of the audience, you'll never know you have the gift. Some of you don't know your gifts all to the extent that they extend because you're not putting yourself in an environment to see what they are. I had to go on stage and perform my poems to realize, oh, I can do this in front of 2,500 people and I'm good because I was. I had to start singing on stage, when I was younger to realize, oh my gosh, my voice is actually good on a microphone. And I'm not the only one who likes hearing me. Okay. I had to start writing and publishing books to realize I really do have something to say. And what I'm saying does resonate with people. I am internationally a sold author. I can relate to people in other countries because sometimes we only think, oh man, ain't nobody gonna want this because I'm this or I'm that. Hey, Han, welcome to the live. Hey, sweet, I see you too. So I want to encourage you. Some of you are thinking like you're limiting your own self. And the first thing you have to do is take the limits off. Okay. The way you take the limits off, write it on paper. This is why I encourage you. I know it's in my shop, it's product number one. This is why I encourage you, write your truth, write it down. Because sometimes when we say it in our heads or we think about it, it's like a puff and we forget. Somebody calls us, somebody sends us a text. We start thinking about bills. We start thinking about stuff we should have done and could have done and would have done. But we guess what? It's just thoughts. They're thoughts and their thoughts may be good. However, if we don't have a plan on what to do with the thoughts, then they just bounce around in our head and they go right out the window. Okay. And it's really a form of distraction. If you really want to do something with what's in your hand, you got to have a plan to do it. Because guess what? If you just think, oh, it'll just happen, it will never happen. Why? Because you got to make room for miracles. That's in one of my books. I talk about how to make room for miracles. And the number one way to make room for a miracle is to be consistent and show up. You're welcome. All right. So if you want something new, you got to do something you ain't done. It's for some of us, it's be consistent. It's take yourself seriously. We take everybody else serious. Bills are serious. This is serious. Food is serious. Groceries, everything's serious. But what about you? What about you that you take serious? Okay. And if you haven't done any of that yet, I want to encourage you to start that today. Okay. All right. We doing good. Y'all doing good. All right. Okay, let's see. So our goal is 2,500 hearts. We're at 975. So thank y'all. We are doing great. If y'all loving the conversation, lift up the hearts for sure. I'm behind in myself on all accounts. I'm telling you, a lot of us are. If we honest, I was behind on stuff. I'm going to get better. And that's what matters. It don't matter that you ain't where you may be supposed to be. That don't matter. The question is, where am I today and what can I do today? Okay. Rome wasn't conquered in a day. Nothing was, that is going to last. It's built instantaneously. It's built over time. Okay. And that's what makes it more stable. I tell people, I'm helping someone publish a math book. And one of the things I wrote in the book is I said, if you want to do better at math, you got to learn the basics, the fundamentals, so that you can build and keep going. Because when you try to skim through the fundamentals and, oh, I know 5 of my multiplication, but I don't know the rest of them, but I'm going to wing it. I'm going to just add. You're going to find out real quick. You're going to be slow. Some of us are like, man, I'm going so slow. I'm going so slow. But in the beginning, don't not going slow. Going slow means you're learning the foundations. You're learning the principles. You're getting the basics. As you get the basics, you will naturally accelerate. Why? Because you know how to do it already. I know how to write a book. It's natural. I know how to write a children's book. I can have a children's book done in a week because I know my process. But I also know my novel process is a lot longer. And I'm working y'all to make it shorter because I have so many novels I want to do, at least six on the roster now, right now. But I know they all take me time. So I have to what? Make a plan to simplify it. And you know what I need to do? I need to finish my book. I have another book coming out for Write Anything Easily, and it's for the creative writers. And I realize I might need to write that book just so I can help myself more. I know the writing process, it doesn't change, but the development of characters and storylines and plots and that takes from you. If you're doing it organically and you want to be true to your book's purpose and all that good stuff, it's layers in it. So if you read any of my books, you might say, Krystal, your book is 17, 20, some of them 35. Why? Some of them 75. Why are they so much? Because there are multiple layers in every book I create. Even my children's books have layers. You'll open up a children's book. Most of us are like, okay, it's cute. But you're going to get the Dr. Krystal Lee. You're going to get the chaplain Krystal Lee. You're going to get Minister Krystal Lee. You're going to get your friend Krystal Lee. And you're going to get Mama Krystal Lee. Because all of those things make books better. It's not about how many words you have. It's about how many impactful words you have in a book. And so that's why I tell people, not about how many words is in your book. The word count is not as important as the content count, the quality of your content. And the more your content can resonate and help and do what you wrote it to do, the more you can demand, the more you can want for people, and you can have the confidence in pushing it. I am right now working with a lot of authors who have already gotten published books. The problem is they work with a publisher, whether it was a good or bad experience. They got their books out there, but now they don't know what to do. Now they're like, okay, Krystal, I got a book, but what's next? What's next is you have to think about it as a business. You have to start looking at how you're going to set this book up to be able to sell it if that's the goal. If it's not the goal, then you're good. You've already done it. The book is out there. People will buy it if they buy it, if you don't have no, expectations on the book. But if you do, then that's when you have to what? You have to come to this. You have to look for the drip. You have to look for your plan. You have to build one. I help people build one. Okay. So if you are in the process or if you already have your book published, I can help you build a plan to sell it. Okay. But it's going to take work. I will be lying to you if I say, put your book on these stores, put it on TikTok, and boom, you're going to sell. No, you're going to have to come out here. You're going to have to introduce yourself. You're going to have to talk to people about what's in your book so they know how to use it. Okay, Miss Britt, how you doing, love? Thanks for following me too. She says, what would be your very first step in writing a book? My very first step in writing a book is asking myself the question, why am I writing the book? Why? Why am I writing this book? Because when you ask yourself the question, why am I writing the book? You open yourself up to answer the question. Okay. And the better you are when answering your own questions, the better you're going to be when answering someone else's. I'm going to share this book with you real quick. For those of you who are on the live who want to write your own stories, I want to show you the book that I wrote, that I published, about my process for how I help people as a publisher. I am a published author of 64 books of my own across multiple genres. So I have fiction, nonfiction, children's books, biographies, poetry, a play. I publish so many different things. So, because I don't want people to come to me and ask me to do something and I can't show them the proof. Okay. I'm all about the evidence. All right. So if you want a knowledgeable publisher or even authors coach, I coach a lot of authors in how to write their stories. One of the things I share in this book, which is the same thing I share with Miss Britt, is what do you need to do? So everything in this book is the process. Okay. So in module 1, like I was just saying, you're going to do chapter 1. What's your why? That's the first thing you're going to do. Okay. Because when you know your why, you will make sure that your book is on point, meaning to subject. Sometimes we're writing books and we're all over the place because we just sit down and start cranking it out. Sometimes it makes sense. A lot of times it may be unorganized, and you're going to pay more for an editor to fix it when you don't have a good and thought out outline. Okay, so start with your why first. The next thing you're going to look at is, what's your purpose anyway? Are you writing this For what? What do you want the reader to get out of it? What do you want you to get out of it? How are you going to help them? And if you say you're going to help them in this way, does the book actually do that when you open it up to read it? Or is it just something you put on the back and it doesn't resonate? Okay. So you want to make sure that the back of your back cover, should be what people are to expect from the book. So many people write books, and there's nothing wrong with putting your face on the cover or if you want to. But my question is, if people look at your cover, will they know what the book is about? Not just about you, because what if they don't know you? And if they don't know you, what about your story will help relate to their story? Or do they have to know you to enjoy your story? Okay. Or do they have to identify with what your story consists of? Some people like reading books that have nothing to do with their normal lives. They just like biographies, learning about other people's lives, their differences, their uniquenesses. So it's not a bad thing to share your story. You just need to know why you're sharing it, your purpose, so other people know why they may want to read it. Okay. Another thing is, let's make a plan. This is where I actually show you how to make your outline. Okay. Hugs, 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 Alex. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to show you how to make your outline. Because for some of us, we ain't never wrote no book before. When I first wrote my first book, which is in my shop, I didn't know what I was writing. I knew how to write because I had a background in English. My bachelor's in English, by the way. And my minor credits are in writing. I've taken screenwriting classes, intimate journalism. I've taken a lot of writing courses. So I'm very savvy with writing, but still putting together a book. When we tell our stories, we may feel like we got to put it all in there. And you don't. You just have to make sure you're putting in the elements you need in order for someone to walk away with your purpose, walk away with accomplishing what you set them out to do. Okay. Another thing that I'm going to show you how to do is how to free write, right? Because you got to write your rough draft. After you have a rough draft, you're going to do the next part. You're going to consider, how can I put the cherry on the top? For some of you, when you first write, it may not be long enough. So you're like, okay, well, where can I pull out more content? Maybe you get writer's block. It happens. I'm telling you, it happens. The best way to overcome writer's block is to go back to your outline. If your outline was done right, it's going to help you piece back what you're missing. It's going to help you extend what you can add to make your book fuller. Maybe you have a lot of just filler content. It's just a lot of fillers, but you need it to be more hitting, meaning you want people to get it and be like, whoa, this thing is like fire, fire, all the way through. Have you ever read a book and you started reading it and it's like it holds you the whole time? And then you get books where it holds you, releases you, holds you for a little bit, and then lets you go and you float away. And then sometimes you never come back. Okay. You don't want your books to read like that. Start and stopping and all jerks. And it's good to have twists and plots. Okay. But you don't want it to be to where your grammar is a stumbling block and people can't finish it. I've literally heard an impactful man minister. I was like, man, this man is incredible. And when the service was over, I was like, let me go buy. I bought like 2 or 3 of his books because I was really impressed with what he was saying about the kingdom of God. Y'all, when I grabbed this man's books, I kid you not, I could not get through one of his books. I didn't even read the other 2. I just was like, Lord, I don't know who's editing his books. I don't know if it's him, but they were written so bad. And when I say bad, I mean every sentence had grammatical errors, like excessive grammatical errors, no punctuation, just weird. I'm just like, what happened here? Did he just like type it up and say it's good, go run with it? Even though we are under the anointing when we write, it doesn't mean we don't need to plug in to someone who may be a professional or even use software to help us close those gaps. So we are publishing something we can be proud of. Okay. So I want to keep all of you aware when you're writing, when we are writing, we are going to write with our hearts, with our minds, with our intentions. And sometimes it gives us great energy, but it may not be as clearly read by other people. So please have an editor. Okay. And that's what I talk about in chapter 6 is how to edit your books. Okay. How to make sure maybe it's not grammar, maybe it's content. Sometimes we're trying to put 3 books in one book and now the book is so overwhelming. Some people's books are underwhelming. Some people are so overwhelming, you'll remember nothing. You're like, man, it was like 20 characters in that book. Too much. So you got to know when to pull back so that your books can still be effective, entertaining, yes, but also accomplish what you set out to do. And then, of course, I'm going to show you how to make your cover design because design is part of it. I want to also show you how to publish and reach 44,000 outlets or more. All right. And then next, I'm going to show you basically how to get things off the ground. And then I give you gifts, I give you resources inside the book, my biography, all of that's in here. Some of the things I want to point out, this copy is in hardback. Right now, I have paperback books being printed. Okay. So if you do want to get the paperback book, it will be on my shop in the next few days. But I recommend, hey, daughter, I recommend if you're serious about repeating, being a repeat author, doing this more than one time, get the hardback book. Why? Because you're going to use it so much. I use this book for all of my books, no matter the genre, because it's the same process. And it's going to show you how to think like a published author. Okay. If you are just writing and you're just starting out, this is under $100 and this includes shipping, by the way. Okay. Um, Tax, I think with tax is like 91 bucks. All right. But what you're also going to get with this book is I'm going to call you. I'm going to make sure you know how to use the book. Okay. So customer service, I believe in. So if you want me to show you how to do it, we also give you benefits. If you want to work with a publisher, we're going to show you how to do that, how to pick them. I am a publisher, but you don't have to work with me. The name of my company is KLE Publishing. You can look it up. You can see our Google reviews. We've been doing this since 2015. Okay. So I love doing what I do, but not everybody needs me. That's the truth. Some of you are going to be able to do this yourself. And this is your publishing business in a book. Okay. So if you've been like, man, I really want to invest in this, but I don't want to spend thousands of dollars to publish my story. You don't have to. You can buy this book and go do it yourself. Some of the business, tips you want to know as a writer. Some people will say to me, and I answer this question in the consultation as well for my clients or people who are interested. They'll say, I'll ask them, how much money do you think you can make as an indie author, a new author? And most of them say, well, I don't know, but I just want to make something, second income, stuff like that. And I let them know most people sell 500 books lifetime on their books on average. That's the average. Okay. So most of these people are going to be putting some effort in. Okay. I want to be honest. People are not selling 500 books and it just does it by itself. It could. All things are possible. But for the most part, most of these people are going to be out there having a plan and taking it seriously, making it a business. And that's how they're going to sell these types of books. So the question is, well, what's the possibility? And I can tell you, 500 copies lifetime for most of my published authors. As you can see, even if you look in my shop, most of my books are $15 to $20 on average. Some of them are more because they cost more to print. When they're in color, when they're hardback, stuff like that, they do tend to cost more. I see your question, Alex. I'm going to come back to that. Okay. And so, yes, so when they cost more, it will increase your price so that you can make sure you're making your margins, etc. Okay. Now, if you're doing my suggested $20 on average, you can make $10,000 from one book. So if you have more than one book and you know that the rate is 500 average, okay, then that will show you how to build a business through books. So you might say, Krystal, why do you have so many? Because I know if each of my books are going to do 500 lifetime and I have 200 books, then I know that I can build what? A constant flow of income as long as I'm building the business, as long as I'm sharing the brand, as long as I'm thinking like a business owner and not as a hobby. Okay. Hobbies are good, but you still got to put the work in. And sometimes when we think like a hobby, we don't put the work in. So my job is to come in and show you how to make this a business and make it make sense. Then the real question is not, is $100 too much? The real question is it worth investing $100 so you can make 10,000? For me, the answer was a no-brainer. Yes. Honestly, I wrote this book because I wish I had one this good when I was writing. I bought a book. It was like $35. It taught me nothing. And when I say nothing, I literally mean zero. All it did was talk about this man's publishing business, the whole book. And I'm just like, this was a waste of money. And this is why I did not write this book like that. This book literally shows you what I would do for you as your publisher, or your publisher should do for you, even if you hire somebody else. I wrote this book for authors, not publishers. Okay. Because I'm an author first. I'm a publisher second. For people who need me, I'm here. But if you don't need me because you can do it yourself, grab the book and go do it. And if you get stuck, call me. That's what I'm here for. You call me and we'll fix the issues that you may have and help you. Zion, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Divine Prospect, how you doing? Thanks for following. Brother Willie, how you doing? Thanks for being in here. So my goal is not necessarily to land a whole bunch of publishing clients. I write too. I don't have a lot of time. But my goal is to find people who are serious and they want to build businesses, or they want to tell their story very well. They want to preserve their legacy. And yes, I will help you. Okay. But if you can do it yourself, I can show you how to do it. I can coach you through it too. Okay. So this is why I have the book, because when people say, "Can you teach me?" I say, "Yes, you're going to need this book though. And then I'm going to show you how to use it." Okay. It doesn't get no easier. All right. The only way it gets easier is if I just do it for you, because obviously you don't have to do anything. And for a lot of people, I do that. I am a ghostwriter. I can write whole books. I do. I can edit whole books. I do it all the time. I format books. I can definitely consult with you and give you pointers on your books. Before I work with anyone's book, I always do a consultation. Okay. One of the things I got to share too, real quick, with my company, KLE Publishing, we offer traditional and self-publishing options. What that means is self-publishing, we will do all of the work. You own everything. Okay. We build your portal. You don't have to come to us to print your books. You can log into your portal and do it yourself. You're the only one that has access, actually. So it gives you full control over your books. It gives you what you need as a owner. Okay. You own 100% of your copyright. You don't pay us a royalty. You don't pay us no more than what you pay us to start it. That's all you pay to finish it. Okay. We don't change. There's no incremental fees or hidden costs. It's all there. It's even on our page. If you look us up, you can go there and you can see all of our pricing was on there. We don't hide from what we do. We don't have to. Okay. Another thing is traditional publishing. With traditional publishing, we are considering books for traditional publishing. And in our case, what that means is we're going to partner with you, reduce your publication costs. Okay. We're also going to offset the cost. And in offsetting the cost, we're going to share in percentages, okay, of royalties. What that means is we have to know that you think or we think alike for it to work, right? Because if we're going to invest thousands of dollars into your book to finish it, right, and to publish it and to do everything, then we need to know that when we are expecting you to work as an author, you're going to do it, all right? Because obviously, if you spend a couple of $1,000s to get people's books out and they don't ever try to sell a book, then we lose the money, right? Because we're not going to see the money back. All right. Unlike most traditional publishing companies, when they invest in your book, it's a loan. That means if you don't sell enough copies, they want their money back. People are like, "Oh, I want to get paid for my book." Let me let you know real quick. If a publisher is giving you money, they're expecting your book to sell to make their money back with interest and whatever else they got going on. Okay. If your book doesn't do that, then they will write in there, "Hey, you got to write another book for us so we can sell that book too to get our money back from the previous book. And now this book, because they still got to put services on that book to get that book out." So what does that mean? That means you're increasing your debt and you may never make money with a publisher, a traditional publisher that works like that, because you're constantly in debt paying off previous books and loans and things like that. We don't operate like that as a traditional publisher. When we say traditional publishing, it means we're investing in your book. We're going to offset a lot of your costs, and we're going to take a percentage. But the best part is we're going to help you to sell books. We're going to help you to think like a business owner. We're going to help you do these things. Okay. It starts with a consultation to do traditional publishing. Okay. And the traditional publishing route is $250 with KLE Publishing. And what that allows us to do is to do your book review, to see where we're at business-wise. We're still going to show you how to do everything we're going to do. So if you want to leave that consultation and do it yourself, you can. You get this book as part of your consultation as well. So it's not like you will ever lose. The only thing is if you decide to go self-publishing, you can transfer the $250 to self-publishing services. You don't have to stay with traditional. If you decide to, "Hey, I really think I could do this. I want to just do it my way." You can do that. Okay. That's the best part about it. That's what I love. Okay. And then two, if you want to work with us for self-publishing, it's $156 for that consultation. And we will still send you out a guide so you'll know what to do. But the best part is you're going to get a game plan on how to write and finish and publish your book. So even if your book isn't done, now is the best time to reach out to KLE Publishing if you are still writing, because we want to help you write it right the first time. It's a lot of work when you got to go back and edit what was already written, pull out or add in a lot. It changes things. So if you want to keep costs affordable and all that, trust me, fix it on the front end. Okay. And that's what I do. That's what I would love to help you do. Okay. So yeah. So with basic service, we can format your already written or edited book and publish it. With simple, we can do a light edit, which we call a book review, and then we'll format and publish it. With advanced services, we're going to do a heavier edit. This is for people who need what we call wraparound ghostwriting, where we're writing in words to make it flow better. We're going to help your grammar. Yes, that's kind of underneath the simple plan. But with this one, we're also going to just make sure everything is flowing. So it helps with structuring your book. And then the elite services, if you want us to write it all for you and then get it published. Okay. So those are the 4 ways we help writers as KLE Publishing. And all of those processes are explained in this book too. Okay. So if you are looking for that kind of help, that's how you can get it. All right. Let me think. Is there any more writing tips? Oh, no, somebody asked a tip. Let me answer this question for Alex real quick. So Alex said, let me go back. What about AI to fully put together a poem that has your inspiration and emotions? Where's the line? Let me let you know. If you were using AI to write your books, they cannot be copywritten. Meaning you can copyright your books. However, you won't be able to enforce your copyright if AI wrote it for you. Okay. Same thing with graphics. If graphics are AI assisted, you're good. Okay. But if you are ultimately just saying, AI, do this, and it does everything, now they use AI to scan for AI. And if it finds AI, then it will report it as an AI work, and then it's treated differently, basically. Some platforms won't even accept the book if they consider it, they call it garbage content. You don't believe me? Look it up. Okay. So in that case, then they put restrictions on what books they're allowing. This is why I teach you how to write easily, because I don't want you to just lean on AI to do it and boom, push that out. Because you're going to put all this money and time and effort into something that may not even be enforceable. What if it blows up? It blew up, but now you can't protect it because the way you produced it. So my job is to show you how to produce it right. Okay. And make it easy for you and for everybody, so that you can have the confidence to put out stuff. As far as poetry, I write poetry. I don't know if y'all know that, but I want to share with you a book, because I did say I was going to share with y'all some scripture. So let me pull it out of A Kiss from Ya. Okay. So this is one of my books, and I recently had to do a revision on this book, which is kind of funny. I forgot a letter. Oh my goodness. And it drove me crazy. So I had to re-update the files, but I just did that recently. So now the book is good to go. Yes. And you can, of course, look these books up too. So if you want to search and find them, you can look them up. They're everywhere. When we publish to 44,000 outlets. So it's not just in one spot, it's global. Okay. So that's what I love about distribution. Distribution is amazing. And, when I first started this, I was selling probably 10 books a year, a couple of books a year. For some people, you have sold 0 books and you've been out for years. I want to encourage you to look at the business. Okay. I am launching this new plan for authors specifically that are wanting to grow their authorship business or just know what to do. You got a finished book. Now what? If that's been your question, or you know somebody who they ain't did anything and they tell you they've sold nothing, it's $350. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to build a plan as an author, and you can take the plan and go do it. Okay. I told you I went from, and I've sold books in like 12 countries, and I wasn't even promoting my books at the time. Last year, I started actually promoting my books for the first time, and I made like $20,000. Okay. This year I have done, honestly, very traditional, like promotion. Haven't done much of it, to be honest. But this is what happens when you build a brand. People start to look you up, people start to search you, and then people start to look at what you have described in your books. And as they've seen that, they start buying your books. Just the past 30 days, I've sold 31 books. So it just depends on what your goals are. So if you are not selling books, it is possible to sell books. And no, you don't always have to go to physical locations, although it does help. Okay. Thanks for answering my question, dude. Thoroughly, I would check it with other. No problem. No problem. I just want to let you know. So yeah, so if you're looking to publish, we can definitely help you. Like I said, if you want to order the book, it comes with a consultation. and I can show you how to do it, make it easier. And, so you have the confidence. A lot of people run the AI because they don't have confidence in their own abilities. But my job is to show you you can be confident. Okay. When we don't know something, it can make us not do it at all or make us second guess ourselves. But I want to show you you don't have to. Okay. So I want to show you a book of poetry that I wrote. And I want to show you basically this is it. It is a paperback book. It's almost 200 pages. When I first thought about writing this book of poetry, I did not think it would be this long. I was like, Lord, it's going to be a baby book. I'm probably only going to get 15, sold for $15 because it's going to be short. Surprise myself. It's 190 pages. It's amazing. So yeah, it's 190 pages. Exactly. I was right. So yes, so I want to encourage you, when you think you don't have enough, work with somebody who can see where you can't see. Work with somebody who's been doing it longer than you and can say, oh, you did good. Let me show you what you did. Let me show you what you got. I had a consultation with a client of mine yesterday. She's been published 2 times over by 2 different publishers. When I looked at her book, I could instantly tell her genre. And she said, Krystal, nobody has ever told me this. Nobody has ever explained any of my writing to me. They just took what I gave them and just put it on paper and put it out. She said, but you have actually taken the time to find me in my writing. Yeah. And I told her, I said, you wrote a devotional. She didn't even know what it was. I said, the way you flow and the way this is, it's a devotional. And I know how to make it better. Here's how I will make it better. She said, oh my gosh, I know we working together. And this is what happens for me, by the way. Most of my clients are repeat authors and they keep, basically I publish all of their books and they don't have to use me. They don't have to, but they choose to. And every year my authors put out another book. Okay. So if you are looking to put out multiple books and you're looking for the right publisher, KLE Publishing is a really good company. It is my company. I own it. I love it. I do this. I work with people. I love my authors. And so shout out to all of them. I think I have about over 100 of them. And they all can reach me. If they have a question, I will answer them. If they need help with building out how to sell their books, I offer it. There's a lot of companies that don't even offer it. And they don't explain to you nothing. I believe in educating you and helping you understand it. And after the consultation, you're going to have a book to show you how to do what I've already done so you can keep doing it and save money if you need to. I get it. Okay. And for others, they're like, Krystal, roll this, let's do this. And I do that. I build your website. I build your social medias. I build out campaigns. I make sure marketing promotion makes sense to you. So you know what it is. Okay. So if you need that help, let me know. You definitely sell your books, everything about you and how you handle yourself. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Alex. Gotta give that out. Okay. So here's the poem I want to share with y'all. It's called Work-Life Balance. Okay. The back of this book, this is a love letter from Yah. It's not like any other. What is similar to a true love letter or collection of poems is that this book is wrapped in love. Unlike the love shared between one person for another or a thing for another, his love is pure, sincere, and perfect. He means what he says. His love comes with correction just as much as it comes with affirmation. It is filled with truth and not flattery. He gives warning before destruction and promises to assure you during times of trouble. Be comforted with a kiss from Yah. Okay. So remember, the backs of your books should walk people into the flow of your book, what they should expect from you, and the aura that you're building. Okay. So if you're building something that's going to connect and help people and push people creatively, deliver it on the back copy. Okay. So here we go. This book is inspired, or this poem is inspired by Luke chapter 10, verses 38 through 42. Before any of my poem entries, I let you know my foundational text that inspired the poem that helped me to ultimately write it. Okay. So I read this and I was like, let me write something on that. And then I took that poem and put it in here. Okay. So here it is. It says this. Now, as they went on their way, Jesus entered a village and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to his teaching. But Martha was distracted with much serving. And she went up to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her then to help me. But the Lord answered her, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen the good portion, which will not be taken away from her. Okay. So I want to show y'all it's all right to work. You got to work, right? Solid. How you doing? Thank you so much for being in the Rose Club. I got to shout you out, love. I see you and I appreciate you. All right. We're almost at our goal of 2,500 hearts, guys. We're at 1,600. Keep on pushing. We're going to make it. So here it is. I'm going to help y'all work life balance, right? Okay. Do you have a work life balance? Are you aware of the importance? Are you working or sleeping? Are you constantly on the go? Are you working or just busy? Are you working or merely distracted? Are you focused and committed? Are you constantly shifting? Are you reliable? Are you a family man or woman? Are you attending their games? Are you present when they're talking? Are you achieving or losing? Are you balanced? Are you confused about your lack of progress? Are you more concerned about what you can make? Are you losing sight of your haves? Are your wants more important than your needs? Hold on, y'all. I know. Hold on. I know. Took it off here. Hold on. Wait. Okay, yeah. Are you constantly searching? Are you constantly gaining with no fulfillment? Are you empty? Are you there? Are you living life with little care? Are you lazy or fresh as a daisy? Are you working or just busy? Are you alive or walking dead? Are you aware of your gifts and talents? Are you sure of their use? Are you believing a lie? Are you sure of your function? Are you sure that you are working? Are you sure you aren't just busy? Are you aware to be living and it matters you have to live on purpose? Are you not certain of your purpose? Do you know that if you aren't living out his purpose for your life, you are merely keeping busy but not working? All works are not regarded, and many will be consumed by the fire. If they are consumed by fire, have you been working? Do you have a work life balance? Y'all know in the word it says that all the things that we do will be what? Tested through the fire. And only what go through the fire and stand will actually be what you have done. How many of us, the stuff that we have been doing, it won't stand? How many of us, the most important things in our lives, we are completely neglecting it? We're completely neglecting our spouse, completely neglecting our children, completely neglecting our future planning. We completely neglect our finances. We completely neglect our households. We say we have dreams, but we don't put no intentions on them. We say we're going to publish a book, but we won't even invest to make the book happen. We won't invest our time to sit down at a computer and write. We won't open up a journal. We won't even buy it. We say, oh, I ain't got time for that. I'm not going to use it. So we say these things. We say it's the cost, but honestly, is it really the cost? Because if you're on my lives, I'm going to coach you. I'm going to share tips. You're going to know some things. Use what you know and grow. Okay. I love what the Father has done for me. When I was in high school, I said, Lord, I want to go to college. I want to get degrees because I know how important it is. But Lord, I don't want to have to spend $20,000, 50,000, 100,000. Nowadays, y'all, it's like $500,000 to go to college. It's outrageous. And guess what? You get out here and you realize the job market is a little funny. Okay. A lot of things have changed. AI has come into everywhere. Okay. And the danger of it is we start devaluing each other. Oh, you ain't got to write your book. Go to AI. Oh, you don't got to look at your medical chart. Go to AI. Oh, you don't have to have a waiter come and bring you food. Go to the AI robot. The robot will do it. You don't have to have a cashier. Just go to the kiosk. See, the more we keep writing out people, we are devaluing ourselves. Okay, this is why I want to encourage you. AI is great to assist you, but don't let AI replace you. Don't let AI replace humanity. Don't let AI become your news reporters and your models because they're fake. They're fake. The graphics are fake. They're not real. So many of us are trying to mimic something that's not real. We're getting mad at ourselves. We're beating ourselves up. We're having strokes, dying out, having heart attacks while these beautiful pictures live on forever. They live on forever, but we're dying inside trying to match something that's unmatchless. Before it used to be celebrities. We used to want to be them. And then we realized their lives look just as crazy as ours. And some of them is even more sinister. And we're like, man, Lord, I'm actually blessed because their lives is crazy. I don't want to be them. Everybody wanted to be Diddy until they pulled back the curtain and it was like, whoa, No, I'm a pass. So Diddy, you ain't my friend no more. I don't want your money. I don't want your time. I don't want your clothes. I don't want your food. I don't want nothing. Right. But at one point, everybody wanted to be the baller like Diddy until they realized what it costs. So I want to encourage you. It might be easy. Some might will argue it might be lazy to do things with AI. It might be some will argue more efficient, but it will lack human interaction. It will lack you. It will lack your soul, your sauce, your influence, your personality. Yes, these models can look picture perfect, but something about them looks fake. How many of you have started to notice how much fake stuff is really around you? Doesn't it start to aggravate you? You know, those fake people that come up to you and be like, oh, some of them are really like that. Some of them are not. And the ones that are not, you're like, man, I'm so tired of this fake person. I wish they would just go. How many of you call people's companies and the moment you hear a robot, you're like, I ain't working with them? Why? Because you know you can't get a hold of them. I had people looking to move into an apartment complex. An apartment complex, y'all. Do y'all know you can't speak to a real person anymore? So guess what? When your faucet broke, when your toilet is messed up, when your roof caves in, who gonna answer it? An AI robot that's gonna wire you all over the place. Now you can't get nothing done. Your real life is struggling because AI can't do it. Ain't hands and feet. Okay, it's not hands and feet. Thank you, honey. It's not hands and feet. So for some of us that understand the value of humanity, don't lose it. Don't lose it. Okay, because when you lose it, it loses something in society. If we had AI back a long time ago, oh my goodness, what will we have that will last? Because a lot of that stuff is what hit driven. Here today, gone tomorrow. Here today, gone tomorrow. Here today, gone tomorrow. Okay, and it only does what it's programmed to do. What if it's programmed to marginalize you? It's going to be good at it. What if it's programmed to be neutral? It's going to be good at that. It's going to be good at whatever it's good at based on who's programming. The question is who's programming it? Who's programming us? Because the content it's generating is now representing all of us. But it's not us. It's not you. It's not me. This is why I don't use AI to write for me, because it can't be me better than me. It can't do this for me. Even if it could, I wouldn't want it to. Why? Because I do this out of my own heart. This does something for me. So when you are supposed to do your purpose, it will push you and it will give you back what you're giving out. Some of us are burning out because we're giving out and we're not getting anything back. But when you get it back, it reassures you. Thank you, Lord. I mean, sometimes you just need a kiss from Yah. Thank you, Lord, for reminding me I'm not crazy. Some of us need it. I know I do. So when people tell me, Krystal, I loved your book, man, it did this, it did that. AI can't do that for me. What's AI gonna say? This is great. No, I don't believe it. Right? A lot of us take it hard to have a compliment because we see so many things as fake. Uh, do you have room for it? Yes. So I do work with people. You know, I do offer ghostwriting. So different genres need different things. So yeah. So if you are looking at that, KLE Publishing is the name of my publishing company. Ultimately, you can look that up and you can learn more about what we do too. That's so true. We must speak for ourselves. That's our whole. I'm telling you, it's your life. And so if you want a computer to live life for you vicariously or scarily, it's scary to me. Some things are just downright scary. I'm not saying you can't use computers. I mean, I get it. Back in the day when computers was coming out, everybody was scared of computers. Oh Lord, we can't do computers, stay analog. We couldn't go digital for a long time. But how many of y'all know sometimes digital is just as crazy? It is just as unstable. Okay. Something music. When we have music on albums, so much more happen on an album than what can happen digitally, which is weird. But it's just the reality. People are like, man, if you got vinyl, vinyl hit different. So I just want to encourage you. When you write certain things, you can come, your essence should hit the page. Okay. So when you read my books, you're gonna know me. You're gonna be like, oh goodness, girl, you talk just like people tell me that after they read my books, they're like, man, you sound just the way you are, because I'm me. And that's what you need as an author. You need to build a stable voice that people can clearly identify. And guess what? Yes, connect with. Okay. So if you want to do that, I can show you how to do that in your own world. Okay. In your genre. I don't believe editors should change who you are. I think they should polish who you are. Okay. So if you need an editor, I can help you do that too. I use AI as a tool, but it will never be. I'm telling you, I use AI for certain things. I am not a graphic designer in that I sit and write draw graphics. That's not me. I'm a writer. So I use who I am and my abilities. But am I going to allow me not being able to draw to stop me from publishing children's books? No. I'm going to take the pictures that are me or my family or what I, hey, blessings, how you doing, Victory? Good to see you. I'm going to take the essence of me and then I'm gonna put it in the book. I can show you how you don't even need to have the graphics you think. They are royalty free graphics. They're not even AI, they're real pictures. Okay. So there are multiple ways to tell your story and make it affordable, make sense, and all of that. So I want to encourage you if you are like, man, I can't put my book out because it costs too much. That is only based on what you don't know. Okay. So again, we offer traditional publishing and self-publishing options. So traditional publishing starts at 250 bucks. Okay. So for under $500, you can get a chance at us investing thousands to make your book happen. Okay. And if you want to do it yourself, grab the book. I'm going to be getting the paperback books in probably in another week. So when those come in, you can buy the paperback books. If the hardback books isn't what you want to invest in, it's cool. But yes, but they're coming in. I'm so excited. Let's see. It says, thank you for putting everything into perspective. I definitely plan on starting a project with you. Oh, thank you, Alex. And y'all, I'll be here. I've been doing this since 2015. So I'm not a new fly by night company. I do this. You can look me up. I have Google reviews and all of that. So yes, if you have questions, feel free to tap in. You can look up Krystal Lee Publishing and all that's there. That's my publisher. When you order more of your books, do you pay extra? What do you mean? So you mean when you do bulk orders? When you do bulk orders, you usually get discounts because you're buying quantity. So if you're doing bulk orders with me, no, you would actually save more because you're buying more than one of the same unit. So yeah. So if you have questions on, I'm curious, so what book were you thinking about doing a bulk order on? Yes, yes. So I do sell bulk orders. So yes, the short answer is yeah. Okay. You pay less. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm probably gonna do one more poem because I know I love this book. This book is so much fun. When you write your book, if you don't get excited about it, something's wrong. Okay, something's wrong. I know it costs you money to put the book together. It costs me money to put my books together. But if they didn't excite me, we would have a problem. I'd be like, Lord, I don't put all this money in this book and I'm still not excited. That's gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to write something else or something because I can't go out like that. And you got to determine that. So before you put, that's why I tell y'all, if you are in the writing phase, call me. Okay. Get the book, do the consultation, because I want to make it make sense. So when you're done with the book, you can be just excited about your book as everybody else should be, because you're about to solve some problems. You're about to come into the world and do something magnificent, and everybody should know. And my job is to make sure they do. Okay. So I'm going to give y'all one more. I'm gonna give y'all one more poem. Okay, y'all ready? I love this poem, Lazy. Lazy is one of my favorite poems because I know for some of us, people will call us or say, so and so was lazy, they lazy. But I want to challenge y'all to consider, is it possible that some people that we call lazy are unmotivated, are discouraged, they feel like they're defeated, and so they don't see a reason in pushing? Okay. If you have felt that way, if you feel that way now, I want to encourage you with this poem. Okay. Yes, like if I go with you guys on publishing my book. Okay, got it. So if you're trying to publish multiple books at one time, yes, the answer is still yes. Your cost will reduce. And we do have multiple ways. Like I said, we have traditional publishing. What traditional publishing is $250. And in that 250, we're going to do the same consultation you get if you do self-publishing. The only difference is we're also going to go over the business element of publishing your book with you, because we need to know that we think alike. If we're going to invest thousands of dollars into people's books, we need to make sure that you're going to be a business, treat it like a business, because we are. Okay. And if that is the case, then we're going to look at your genre and all that good stuff. And once we approve it, we're going to give you an offer. In 72 hours, we give out offers of what we can do with your book, what we see that it needs, and then also what we're willing to do to make it happen. You pick your own percentages. We don't tell you this is what you're going to take. Thank you so much, honey. I see you solid. We give you options. So you can say, okay, I want offer 2. And that's what it is. So the people say, well, how much percentage do you take? How much do you want to give us? You don't have to. That's the best part about this. Even if you took that consultation, you're going to know how to businessly think about your books. This is where a lot of authors fail. They don't know how to think about their book as a business. That's why, honestly, even if you go self-publishing, The traditional publishing consultation is way more detailed because it has to be. How are we going to know if you're a good fit for us or we're a good fit for you? And we don't know if we think together. How can two walk together if they don't agree? So that's what it is. I'm going to look at your book. I'm going to tell you even how to fix it. So if for some reason, we don't pick up the book at that time, I'm going to still show you what you need to do to make it right so that you can publish it and honestly do everything it can do. For some people, I'm going to tell them your book is so good, you don't need us. All you need to do is do this, do this, do this, and go self-publish. Do that service because you'll own all of it. Some people will need our help, most definitely. Some people won't publish their books unless we help them financially. Okay. Others, you have it, you just don't know you got it. And our job is to show you how you got it and then what to do with it so you're not scared to walk out on the water. Make sense? Okay. If that makes sense, KLE Publishing, I want you to look it up. And when you do, choose traditional publishing if you want to go the way I'm talking about now. And if you want to go self-publishing, go that way. There's nothing wrong with self-publishing. I self-published. That's how I learned. Okay. And then after I learned, I was like, okay. Then I ended up starting a business from it because people started wanting me to do what I did for myself for them. And then how many of y'all know I had to get better at it? I had to start with the publishing, but then I realized people need business services. So now we have a business department as well, which we've had for some time, and we help people build out selling their books. So some authors come to me and they're already published, but they want me to help them sell their books or honestly learn what they never learned with their other publisher. Because a lot of publishers are not showing you the business because you won't need them. I show you the business because if you need me or not, I still want you to know how to do it because that's how I learn. So it's all good with me. I'm not intimidated with other people learning from me to publish. In fact, I encourage it. There's only so many books I can do in a year. There's only so many clients I can work with in a year. So if I can't service them, or maybe you have a niche I don't have, I'll send people your way and be like, hey, this person's really good. They know what they're doing. I trained them. Okay. Let them help you do this. Okay. I do that. I referred one of my clients to the lady who I wanted to publish my book. And she told me no and go learn it myself. Myrna, I love you. I always will. 3G Publishing is her company. And she helped me learn how to, tell me I can do it. That's the thing. A lot of people are filthy rich, but they are still scared to teach other people. A lot of people are because they don't realize what's for them is for them. I wrote a whole book on it. It's a Playgirl. Sir, I'm not afraid of teaching people something that I know because if I teach you, then I also expand. It expands my brand. It expands my legacy. My legacy isn't just me and my 4 and no more 6 and 7, no more. It's everybody that I can do impress or anyone I can influence, anyone I can inspire, anyone I can motivate. And if I can do that, I'm going to do that because I know those jewels are in heaven. They don't have to be always on earth. You don't always have to pay me for everything I'm given because I know the Father going to give to me anyway. So sometimes we're looking for the wrong people to pay us. We need to trust what he already said. I'm very happy to hear you say that you are not afraid to teach other people. You are blessed and you are going to always be blessed. And the reason is that God is rich. He is. Everything on earth is the Bible says it's footstool. So what am I looking at? Scraping for penny? I'm not doing that. The Father told me I'm more than a conqueror. I'm a peculiar person. I'm a royal priesthood. That's why I call people royals. ROLS, the Rose Club means royalty. Why? Because I believe that. You think it's only one king all over the world? No, the only real living king is the one in heaven. The rest of us are his children, if we want to be, okay? If we his people, and there are promises. He gave me a promise, and if he gave it to me, who's going to take it away? Somebody else? No, you can't take away what's mine. It's mine. And the Father going to what? Insure it. He says, store up what you want in heaven where nobody can steal. Nobody going to rob God, and nobody going to do that. They tried. Y'all know the Tower of Babel. I have a poem in here, by the way. They tried to do it in Tower of Babel. That stuff failed. It was miserable. But anyway, let me do this lazy poem, y'all, because I got to go do a meeting at 11:30 Central. So I got about 45 minutes, and I want to make sure I'm good. That's who I got. Yes, he is filthy rich. There is plenty in life. We cannot use all that life has. We can't use it all. And that's the good part. So my goal, I said, Lord, I want to die empty. I don't want to die with all my dreams locked in. I don't want to be the wicked servant that buried stuff, because I was scared. No, I like singing. I like writing songs, but I don't want to be a singer. So I would write for a singer. Go ahead, make it big, girl. Do your thing, sir. Go ahead. I don't need to be on the front to feel it. I know that I was part of it. And for some things in my life, that's enough. I've written plays, I've written films, And I didn't have to be the main actress, although I've acted in other people's stuff. I don't have to act in everything I'm writing. Why? Because I love seeing my work in action. I love publishing because it allows me to help other people finish their books. It don't have to have my name on it. I ghostwrite people's books. My name ain't on there, but I know what I did and I see how it impacts other people. And that's what makes me happy. So I want to encourage you. It's not always about the bottom line. It's so much bigger. Okay. So here we go. Here's the poem Lazy, but I want to show you how it's inspired. Okay. I believe in that. So this is coming from Second Thessalonians 3:10. This is the Amplified. For even while we were with you, we used to give you this order. If anyone is not willing to work, then he is not to eat either. Okay. Proverbs 16:27 through 29. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. Idle lips are his mouthpiece. An evil man sows strife. Gossip separates the best of friends. Wickedness loves company and leads others into sin. And Matthew 25:26 says this. But his Lord answered and said to him, you wicked and lazy servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. How is it we call the Father wicked and mean and evil and all that, and yet we bury what he told us? We bury what we've been given. I want to encourage you, don't allow the seed of laziness to rob you anymore, because it's a thief. Laziness is a thief. And I'm going to show you how you can find it. Okay. That's right. And you're going to continue to be blessed as much as you are blessing other people. Thank you so much. I will keep doing it. Yes, ma'am. So here it is. Here's the poem. Y'all ready? This is 84 in the book, by the way. If you like it, you can grab it. It's already pinned. These are signed copies. You could also Google the title if you have questions about the book. A Kiss from Yah is the title of the book, and it is everywhere. All right. So here we go. Why should I work hard when I can be lazy? Why should I better myself when being my raggedy self is good enough? Why should I exercise when there are vitamins? Why should I eat right when I can get surgery? Why do I have to learn a skill when there is AI? Why should I be diligent when so many are sleeping? Why should I protect my oil when others are not? Why is it necessary to chase Yah when I can pray last minute? Why should I honor my parents when they don't or didn't do the same for me? Why do I have requirements when others seem to not? Why is it fair that many suffer while a few live well? Why is it so important that I be working when the world profits from being lazy? Why should I work sun up to sundown, all to make a dollar that doesn't last? Why should I pay to go to college only to have a job that robs me of the time that I want with my family? Why should I have more? Why should I move about or think more than I do? Why can't I be lazy? I'm not lazy because I don't want to work. I'm lazy because I'm overwhelmed. I'm lazy because I can't see. I'm lazy because I struggle to believe. I'm lazy because I am overworked. I'm lazy because I don't know which way to start. I'm lazy because those who should care don't. I'm lazy because one step forward is five steps back. I'm lazy because my coming and going seem to mean nothing. I'm lazy because my heart is heavy. I'm lazy because watching the TV doing nothing is better than doing something and failing. I'm lazy because life just hasn't gone the way I planned. I'm lazy because I'm tired. I'm lazy because I don't want to lose anymore. In your strength and for your glory, it is easy to get overwhelmed. It is human to think you will make it on someone else's prayers. You won't. It is human to think you can live like everyone else. You can't. It is human to mistake me for a mortal man when I have infinite wisdom. It is human to believe you can live how you want and I have to accept it. It is human to decide to be selfish, serve you, and believe your feelings trump everything else. It is human to lock yourself away from your job and marriage and into a fantasy. But I assure you, the lazy will not inherit the kingdom of Yah, the kingdom of God. Heaven here on earth or the new heaven are for those willing to work. At the fall of man, working by the sweat of your brow was spoken. There are no shortcuts, easy ways, but only mine. The lazy are wicked, and there is no rest for the wicked. In your laziness, you will still not find peace nor rest. You will be drained, constantly consuming and never full. But offer you a life of fulfillment that trumps a lazy way of living. I can make every day new and refresh you from a living well. There was nothing I cannot turn to your good, no wrong that I cannot make right, no hurt pain I cannot heal. Be a living vessel of change. Work for me, and I will make every day count. Today, work and be fishers of men. Okay, so that is the poem Lazy. Okay, so I want to let y'all know, if you've been thinking, Lord, I ain't doing this, I quit. You're not the only one. You're not the only one that have said it. You're not the only one that will feel it. Okay, you're not the only one that will believe it's over. I want to encourage you though, if you will let the Father help you, if you will let Him heal you, if you'll let Him restore you, if you'll let Him renew you, you will find that He is more than able to shift your world and show you that the lazy way of living that we may find all too easy is not always profitable. It's not always going to get you where you want to go. It's not really going to save your mind, your heart, your soul, but it's going to cost you more. It's going to cost you more grief, more despair, more distractions, more this, more that. And that more is not what you really want. You want more love. You want more peace. You want more confidence. You want more good things. And that's what laziness does not bring. Okay. So you got to work. Like I tell you, if you want this book, if you want your business, if you want your marriage, if you want love, family, friendships, you got to work for them. If you want to build a connection with God Almighty, you got to work with Him. You got to talk to Him. You got to read. You got to study. You want to go around other believers, other saints, online, in person. It don't matter. Do it all, right? Because what you value, you invest in. What you love, you will work for. Okay. Not work for it, work to show your gratitude for it. I work for my children, not because I work for them, but because I'm willing to work for them. Okay. So change how you're willing to work for the Father, yourself, your goals, your dreams, and it will honestly change the laziness in you. It will replace your procrastination with a destination. Okay. So if you've been procrastinating, get a destination and then build a plan. If you don't have the plan, invest in tools to get you one. Invest in people that will show you one. Invest in the Almighty, and He will reveal the one He made you with. Everybody was born with a purpose. No matter what you are, who you are, where you're from, none of that matters. The Father knows you better than you know yourself. He says, before you were formed in your mother's womb, He knew you and appointed you for a time such as this. You're not a mistake. Okay. A lot of us are failing, falling, quitting, dropping out, and having all kinds of thoughts and ideas. I want to let you know none of those things have to be stronger than the power, okay, or the living word that wants to redeem you and pull you back into your purpose, pull you back into His bosom, pull you back into love and embrace. Because it's not even about deserve. The Father says it's your gifts. And your gifts, what? Make room for you. Okay. So when you allow the Father to gift you with salvation, gift you with love, it will make room for a new day. It will make room for change. It will make room for what you can hope for, what you can have faith for. Okay. So I pray that this live has been impactful, helpful, encouraging, and all that good stuff. You're welcome, Solace. She says, thank you, thank you, thank you for the poem. My pleasure, love. More of what life made humans for. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So get encouraged, get inspired, love on somebody today. Definitely pursue your dreams. Okay. And get a plan. All right. If I can help, my company is KLE Publishing. You can look it up online. You will find it. And you can definitely see how we can help, or they can help you ultimately to publish your books. That's who I use. I have 64 published books. All of them are in my shop. Feel free to click on the pin that you see on the screen. Look at my shop. Take a look. Any of the books you order will come signed. Okay. And you will get tracking, all that good stuff. And I'm telling you, the books deliver. All right. So once you love them, keep liking, keep loving, keep sharing. And definitely follow me if you haven't yet. I thank y'all for being here. I am doing a raffle in 30 days. So new followers, thank y'all so much. I will put your name on a blue ticket and we will spin the drum at some point. And when we do, you'll see it. I'll definitely report it, y'all, so y'all know it's real. Because y'all know people don't believe in the lottery numbers unless they see it live on TV. So I'm going to do that. All right. So it's going to be a good time. If you buy books, your name will go on a gold ticket and you will get like 5 times whatever I'm offering. So whatever that is. And it's going to be good stuff. It's going to be great gifts. All right. So until my next live, y'all have a blessed day.